So you've had your hand up a while there, so I'm conscious of that. Sorry.
Just interested in the panel's view to this lady's point here about the medical information you get when people coming from school. Obviously information is always key and we have to act on that information, but we're talking about young people. Do the panel think, we talked about Daily Mail culture, but do the panel think that we are too quick to diagnose these things as a specific and pigeonhole these individuals that could affect them for the rest of their lives? If everybody puts a medical questionnaire and I was stressed when I was doing my GCSEs, that could stick with it. Do you know what I mean? It's not a mental health, it's not a disability.
But that's society, isn't it? We can't,
but
what I'm change society.
Is do you think that society then is affecting young people especially, and adults as they go through their life, unfairly because of our culture now?
About a couple of seconds
I wouldn't say necessarily unfairly. I don't think we can unpick it. I think it is as is and what we have. Let's face it, if we sit down with every single person and treat them exactly the same, which is, this is who you are, what is it that you do well, is there anything that you need assistance with for the role, actually it becomes a little bit irrelevant, doesn't it? Because you're asking every single person. That was my point about the stress thing. If we keep talking about stress, we're going to look for evidence to confirm that it's a problem.
Yeah.
I think we're better off, actually I think it is a very good point, about developing a culture where people just recognise that we're all individuals and we all have the bits that we can do and the bits that we can't do. I'm rubbish at numbers. Don't tell
I think
my boss.
there's also an argument that it's come because society is more recognising of it. We wouldn't have been here having this discussion 5 years ago because it was, well, we don't talk about that, you know, that's something, well, nothing to do with the employer, you know, couldn't possibly, but now people are a lot more willing to talk about it. I suppose you're going to have that element of people that jump on the bandwagon or are affected by it because everyone else is affected by it.
I think that two very brief points. The first point is, my personal view is that the increased prevalence of stress in society is a product of how we as individuals expect more of ourselves in today's culture. The second point is, if you go back to what I said initially, where if you think of stress as a reaction, then educating people, which was Pip's point, is the most important combatant. Because if you can educate people on how to handle their reactions to a given set of circumstances, then the potential adverse consequences of those reactions cease to be such a major issue in the long term.
Just one final point, because I know they want to stop. One final point is, can we please not go away from here assuming that everybody that has a mental health problem is a problem or has difficulties. There are a lot of people that are out there that work incredibly well, and you will probably never know, and they've never even disclosed.
Thank you. It's a very interesting. It's a very interesting and very helpful point. I don't know here if anyone could put their hand on their heart and say they have never had a day's work which has not been affected by their physical health. So, in other words, anyone can say, in the whole of my working career, not one day has been impaired by physical health. Either you've had a day off ill, or you've had a day where you've gone into work and performed at a low rate because of your physical health. I dare say that the same, in honesty, could be said of all of us about our mental health. And so the simple reality is the world in which we're in, the nature that we have as humans, means that our physical health, our mental health has an impact on our life, it has an impact on our work. We're in a climate where we can't assume it's everyone else's problem. We can't assume that we can get the perfect workforce that never has any mental health issues any more than we could get the perfect workforce that never has any physical health issues. The challenge then becomes how we manage them proactively, how we manage them reactively, and how we stay well away from that legal regime, how we avoid labelling and stigmatising. So I find it's a helpful debate. What I just encourage people to do, we're going to end up now, I suspect there's more tea, coffee, and I'm just going to say there is, and food and so on. hang around, have a chat, get to talk to people, talk to any of the panel. Steve over there has a great deal of experience on the health and safety related aspects of this as well. So do take this opportunity to network and get to find out a little bit more from people. And just want to thank the panel and thank you for attending. Don't forget the questionnaires, because I will be eaten alive if I fail to mention them. I'm being stared down at the moment for that purpose. And look forward to seeing you on the next event, which is
19th of September. It's on employee monitoring and social media.
There you go. I could throw my voice as well. This is really clever. Thank you.